So this is the function that I was given.
Can we take a bus? It takes like 15 minutes.
And I've been asked to find the domain. And for this, we're gonna set x minus 3 greater than 0. So for x, and I get sorry, and I'll get x minus 3. So the domain is going to be negative 3, comma, infinity. Now I've been asked to do the anchor point as well. And since the anchor point is usually 0, 0, we'll start at 0, and from the function here, I'll go negative 3 to the left and down 2, so my anchor point will be negative 3, comma, negative 2. Now we need to find the y-intercept. And to do that, I need to x needs to equal 0. So we can do this here. Y is equal to square root of 3 minus 2, and this is all we can do. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, comma, square root of 3 minus 2, which is going to be a negative number. Just keep that in mind. And then my x-intercept, which will be the same process, but instead we'll do y is going to equal 0. So 0 equals to square root of x plus 3 minus 2. Bring 2 over. So now I'm left with x plus 3 here. And we're going to square both sides. That gives me 4. X plus 3. And bring 3 over. That'll give me 1 equals x. So my x-intercept is going to be 1, comma, 0. And if we were to graph this, let me just do a quick graph right here. We'll start with the anchor point. So negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. So that's going to be anchor point. And my x-intercept is going to be 1, 0. So this is going to be my x-intercept, and my y-intercept is negative square root of 3 minus 2, which is close to 0. But it's a negative number, so it'll be somewhere in here. And we'll do this. Alright, so that's for the first part of my problem. And for the second part, we're gonna solve for x for this equation here. I'm sorry, we're gonna do the x-intercept and the y-intercept for this function. So to do the y-intercept, we'll do the same process as we did before, which is basically set x to 0. So y will equal to 2 times 0 minus 2. So y is going to equal to negative 2. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, comma, negative 2. Right, and then we'll do the same thing for my x-intercept. So we'll set now y equals to 0. So 0 is going to equal 2x minus 2. Bring 2 over. So that'll be 2 equals 2x. And x is going to equal 2 since we divided by 2. So my x-intercept is going to be 1, comma, 0. And then we need to do another one. And I don't have more paper, so stay tuned. Now we're going to finish this by solving this equation. Minus 2 equals to 2x minus 2. And we're going to solve for x. So we'll start off with these two here. add 2 to both sides, and we're gonna be left off with x plus 3 equals to 2x. We're gonna square root both sides. We're gonna, how do you say that?
Square both sides?
Square both sides. Okay, thank you. Square both sides. X plus 3 equals to 4x squared. So now we'll bring this to this side. So we'll be left up with 4x squared minus x minus 3. And we're gonna solve this by using our favorite equation here, a formula, I'm sorry, which is negative b plus or minus b square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And our a is going to be 4, b is going to be negative 1, and c will be negative 3. Alright, so now we just plot the numbers. This is negative 1 to a negative b, so that will be a 1 plus or minus b squared minus 4a, which is going to be 4, and c, which is negative 3, over 2 times a, which is 4. Alright, so we solve this here, and we get 1 plus or minus 1 plus 48, okay, over 8, and that is equal to 1 plus or minus square root of 49, is equal to over 8, and that equals 1 plus or minus 7 over 8. So our answer is either going to be 1, or it'll be, let's see, 1 minus 7, that's 6 over 8, which becomes negative 3 over 4. Alright, so now we have two answers, and we need to make sure if they're correct with our first equation here. So we're gonna plot a 1 first to our equation. So 1 plus 3 minus 2 is gonna equal 2 times 1 minus 1. So this we get 4, square root, that's 2, minus 2 equals 2 minus 2, so equals to 0. So it's a good formula. Now for this guy here, we're gonna do the same process, and just a heads up, it's not going to be a good formula, a good answer. But we're gonna do 3 over 4 plus 3 minus 2 equals 2, 3 over 4 minus 2. Alright, so we need to find a common denominator for this guy here. So 3 over 4 is going to equal 12 over 4 minus a 2, and we'll have to multiply this side here. So 2 times 3, that's 6 over 1, so that'll be a 4 minus 2. Okay, and then add these two together, so that'll be 15 plus, 15 over 4 minus 2 equals, we're also gonna find the common denominator for this guy, so multiply 4 on two sides, and we'll get 8, 4, so we'll go back to this in a second. And after this, we'll do square root of 15 over root of 4 minus 2 equals 6 minus 8, that's negative 2 over 4. Alright, and then from here, square root of 15 over 2 minus 2 equals negative 1/2. And from there, we're gonna find the common denominator for this guy here as well, so we can subtract. So we'll multiply by 2 on both sides. So we'll be left off with square root of 15 over 2 minus 4 over 2 equals to negative 1/2. And now we can solve this here. So negative 4 plus 15 over 2 is going to equal negative 1/2. And you'll definitely see that this is not correct. We can take these off, so we'll see negative 4 plus square root of 15. And this answer does not equal negative 1. So our only answer is going to be 1, and that's it. Thank you guys.